What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Welcome. I'm Chief Running Mouth.
And I'm Captain Jenne.
And today, we're going to talk about a year. What a year it was.
529. 500, yeah.
So we're going to talk about this past year. You know, around this time last year, everything was normal.
Yeah.
Everything was...
It was so much better than normal. We had tickets to see Vanilla Ice and
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sir Mix-a-Lot. We
Yep.
were like 5 days out from seeing Vanilla Ice and Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Mm-hmm.
And
we had VIP passes.
VIP backstage before the show passes to see my favorite band of all time. I just wanted the drummer to sign my tap shoes. That's literally why I paid $200 to go do this. But no.
That's Mayday Parade, just for those of you asking.
Mayday Parade. The drummer of the group is just really inspirational to me, and I just wanted him to sign my tap shoes. Even though he's not a tap dancer. I wanted that one percussionist to sign another percussionist instrument. But anyway, everything got canceled.
Yeah. And we were
Life got canceled.
I remember sitting there and you start hearing on the news about there's this people getting sick and you're like, okay.
Yeah, we were we heard about it overseas.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, oh man, that's really terrible. I wonder if there's something that the U.S. can do to help, but obviously it's not very safe. We saw images of people in hazmat suits spraying things, and we didn't know anything about it though. And then, literally this week, a year ago, the reality set in that it's here. And nobody could have predicted what the year ahead looked like. Everyone thought with the shutdown, it was just going to be a few weeks. A few weeks, we'll just clean it up. It's fine.
Yeah. It'll go through the people that have it. They won't be around anybody, and no one else will have it. It'll be great.
No one had any idea what this year was going to look like. I remember I was just talking about this in my dance class because I teach an adult tap class, and some of the students in that class are the parents of my children's students. And I was like, so you guys a little nervous about spring break? And they were like, what? Why? And I was like, well, because last time we went on spring break, the schools wouldn't take your kids back. We went on spring break and then the schools were like, nope, we're closed. And, I was just trying to lighten the mood, but they were like, yeah, that was a little scary. We didn't know that was going to happen. And as a teacher, it's funny because my life never changed as a teacher. I was always a virtual teacher. So for my students and my faculty, nothing changed. We did get an extra week off, which was on one hand, we didn't want the week off because of why, but on the other hand, all of us were like, I mean, okay.
It was crazy because I remember sitting here and, we're both big on knowing what's going on in the world and things like that, and just reading about it, and then you just saw this just explosion of cases.
Yeah.
And
we were
it was like,
where?
Wait,
how?
Yeah.
Why?
But at the beginning, it was one of those things where you hear about it, but you didn't know anybody that had it. And so it was like, okay, well, maybe it's not that big of a deal. Maybe it's not as intense as people are saying.
And then
maybe
we started
it's just
to know
media.
people.
And then we started knowing people. And then we started seeing the cases get into the, at that point, 5,000, 10,000. And then even like that, and then it just slowly...
No, in the summer, there was a big peak, and I think it reached over 100,000 over summer.
Yep, and it was just like...
We were like, oh my gosh.
And then just watching it, and then it was like... You seeing, I don't want to be morbid, but seeing the death toll and everything just come with it. And it was just like, oh, okay, what are we doing? How do we fix this?
It's just been an interesting, and this isn't going to be all negative, I promise, but it's just been one of those years of realizing how small we are. I want to say, realizing how small we are, because this is such a big picture thing that is affecting the entire world.
Oh, yeah.
And it realizes that we are such a small piece, but a very important piece. Everybody is so important. I remember all dance studios were shut down. I remember I ran the YouTube page for one of my studios, which I was about to say something, but it's fine. I ran the YouTube page for one of my studios for a month before they were willing to reopen. I was on Zoom with two of my studios until Florida gave the go ahead to open, which I still to this day do not agree with. Other states, dance studios have been like on Zoom this whole time, or at least like they went back for a little while, and then with the holidays, everyone said, nope, we're putting you back on closure. We're not doing this. And those states have had a lot less cases than Florida, because Florida's like, open everything, it's fine.
Everything's
and so, you know, I'm working at dance studios that are open, that should they be open? Probably not, but we're trying to do precautions and everything. And just it's interesting to see that so many dance studios are still on Zoom, but I have to think back and reminisce about, oh, remember when we were on Zoom and I was teaching in my living room and the cats were interrupting, just like my YouTube videos. But that's where my YouTube came from. That's where this all came from.
My real quick before we get into that, my studio just wanted YouTube videos. Like, so I literally, for the first time ever, I had to record myself doing across the floors.
You were so nervous.
I'm
sorry, I need a drink.
I was so nervous, but it was my first time. I guess for those of you that don't know, I also teach tap as well. I'm nowhere near as awesome as this one is.
You don't have to say that as a qualifier. Okay?
but seriously,
You're a good teacher.
That's a good teacher, matters. But no, so my first time ever, like being in front of a camera, filming myself tapping, it was like, I'm not used to being by myself. I'm used to having a room full of kids that I can do it with and stuff.
And I'm not saying I helped, but I helped.
Oh yeah, definitely. She helped me understand how to structure my videos and things like that, and how to like what should I do? How long should each thing be?
But I was also in the middle of a learning curve at that time. Like if you watch my early tutorials, there's a big difference in my early tutorials to now. Big difference. And I'm like, oh, I'm so glad we got good equipment.
Yeah. And I remember doing the YouTube videos until my studio opened back up, and I agree with you that I think things definitely opened way too fast.
Way too fast.
And you know, we're not going to get into a political discussion with anybody. We don't argue about that. We are the type of people, we don't ever push our political agendas at anybody. We don't ever like tell someone that they're wrong because of what they believe or who they believe in. Or anything like that. It's just us. We're just those type of people. We are a safe space for everybody. I have friends on all sides, and you have friends on all sides of religious,
which honestly,
political.
That's
like
been good for navigating this year. Being this way has really helped us navigate this year in isolation, which wasn't that isolated. If you go on Facebook, everybody's had an opinion this year. So being able to kind of be Switzerland about it has helped us maintain friendships. In some cases, some friendships could not be maintained because just fundamental disagreements. But for the most part, we've been able to go, you know, that's your choice, this is our choice, and we're okay.
And it's being so neutral on understanding both sides and listening to everybody. We've learned a lot about the whole situation that was going on, because if you watch, you know, News Channel A rather than News Channel B, you're only getting one side of a story. Oh,
I have learned exactly how biased the media is. Oh yeah, I didn't know this before.
We watch it. We'll watch like one news channel versus another news channel do a report on the exact same thing, and one they're like, oh, this is the greatest thing, and the other one they're like, look how much they don't care. They're doing this. And
there's apparently an app that will tell you how biased your news source is. It's like an app that you can put on your phone, and you can go, is this news source biased? And it shows you the biases of all the different sources. And David Pakman was talking about that.
Okay. But yeah, so this year being very neutral, it's also helped us be a safe place for people to come to vent or to explain how they feel, because a lot of people don't have people that they can talk to.
Yes.
About how they're feeling about it, how they're handling it, what they should do.
Literally, we have two best friends that we know that are on complete opposite political sides of the spectrum. That didn't make any sense, but you know what I mean. Yeah. And both of them come over and hang out outside the house, socially distant from us. Like, they literally stand at their car, we stand 6 to 10 feet away, and we let them just vent. And they're best friends, but both of them have completely different opinions. And so for us to be a safe, neutral space for them, it allows them both to be able to give their opinion. And they both respect each other's opinions so much. They're like literally the perfect best friends. And
that's the best thing about all this, is learning to respect everybody. And, but this year has also really helped us know how much being there for somebody can help.
Yes.
You know, everything from I had a student that was like they wanted to wear a mask in class, but their mom told them no. And they were like, but I just want to be safe because their grandma lived with them, and that was just what they thought. They're like, but how do I handle that? And I said, wear it in class and just don't say anything. And I know it's probably like, don't tell a child to go against their parent, but when it comes to someone's health, it's my job as a teacher to
sometimes the teacher has to play that role.
So I told her, I was like, if you want, tell your mom that I required it in my class.
It is so cool to be the bad guy sometimes. Like I have a student in my class, and I don't know why she won't wear a mask, but she notices that she's the only one not wearing it, and she has this like feeling. So I might like just pull her aside and talk to her and be like, do you want to like have one? I have extras. I'll bring you a disposable one every week if you just want to wear one in class, and we'll see how that goes.
But overall, the thing is that if I was telling everyone that they had to, and that child came to me and was like, I really don't feel comfortable wearing one, I would not force them.
I can't force my kids to wear a mask.
I can't either because it's not my
studio. I
studio.
respectfully asked for them to, but I can't force it.
But I would never make someone feel bad because of the fact that they fundamentally don't believe in it, because that's just my student.
We're getting really off topic here. But
Sorry,
it's fine.
we're just venting, but no. But overall, it's just I've learned so much about my friends, and I feel like I've been there, and I know you've been there so much for our friends, just because we have been a safe place.
I mean, our Instagram Live has turned... let's talk about that for a second, since half of you guys are on there.
So we do an Instagram Live with some close friends.
Well, it started out on my main channel on Instagram, and I was like, we're extroverts. Let's go live and just talk to people randomly. And we started having the same people come in every time, and also some randos, and also some students that are like super, super young. And eventually I put it on my Finsta. I have a Finsta, and which is, for anyone that doesn't know, is like a fake Instagram account, which is just, I don't know, it's one for the public face and one to be like more myself. And so I just said, I'm just going to start going live on my Finsta and not my actual Instagram account. And so those same people followed, and we hang out on Instagram once, twice, sometimes 3 times a week now. It used to be every night. I swear it used to be every night.
Oh, yeah. We were live between 5 and 7 times a week.
While the studios were closed, and the only interaction outside the house you got was going to work. I didn't leave this house for months at the beginning of the shutdown. And that was something I definitely wanted to talk about, so here's the segue. But I didn't leave the house for months, except to go for a walk. We tried to go to the store, but around here it's not safe. So didn't leave the house for months. And Instagram was the only social interaction I was getting, aside from being in Zoom rehearsals for a noise complaint or something, So it was just nice to go on Instagram and form this kind of group, I guess.
We had friends that we'd see maybe once, maybe twice a year.
We have a friend who we saw at 2 conventions a year. We have another friend who we saw at 2 conventions a year. Both of them photographers, by the way.
And we have one that lives clear on the other side of the world.
Yeah, clear on the other side of the world in Germany.
That we got to see once a year.
Yeah. And sometimes, I was gonna get to see her twice this year because Allie and I were planning on going to Mariluna. So I was gonna get to see her twice this year.
Yeah, so so this gave us an opportunity to get to know people that we normally wouldn't have gotten to know because they live so far away. One of them lives 5 hours, the other one's about 6, and then the other one is half a world.
Yeah.
So Instagram Live gave us the ability to just get to know people that we had never really got to fully.
Honestly, if we were to get married tomorrow, and I could only invite 10 people, 15 people, I would invite the Instagram Live group.
Oh, yeah.
That's how close we've gotten. It's crazy. And noise complaint, rhythm theory, obviously, but... And
it's like the same people every night that come in and hang out with us, and we play games. We've done just different things, just hanging out with friends.
Some of them in there are some of my former students, and it has been really nice to cross that line between being teacher and student and now being friends. It's been so nice to cross that line. I blur that line anyway, but anyway,
speaking of like online talking, what about that Zoom word?
Oh God. Okay.
Who thought that
Who
we
heard
would
of
be,
Zoom?
Yeah, who thought that in 2020 we would be like, man, I have a business meeting. Let me send that Zoom link.
Let me not put pants on, but put a shirt on. Like.
Oh yeah, 100%. And
for my teacher evaluation, I was wearing PJ pants. I'm not kidding, because you couldn't see me from here down. So I was totally wearing PJ pants.
I had a job interview on Zoom a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I had a shirt and tie and basketball shorts.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna be like, we're not hiring you now. We heard this. But no, but that Zoom has also been such an incredible thing for large groups of people to hang out and talk together.
We hang out with my mom and brother every Sunday on Zoom, and so that's been a good thing. And being able to teach classes on Zoom. Okay, teaching my in-person kids on Zoom, I hate, because I'm so used to being in person with them. But teaching like my YouTube students on Zoom, that's cool, because now I get to actually see the people that I'm dancing with on YouTube. I don't usually get to see them. I make the video, I put it on YouTube, they dance with me, you know? Yeah. And now I get to see them, and it's so cool. It's amazing. It's such a good opportunity. I cannot wait to start these up again. Side note, I haven't been able to start them again because I kind of broke my toe a week or two ago. So, or 3 weeks ago now? I don't know. Close, but I can't teach extra right now.
So, this time last year, you had just a couple hundred followers on YouTube, right? I
had just hit 500 followers on YouTube, and I was like, I can't believe 500 people care about what I'm putting out there, and I can't believe 500 people want to, whatever.
Yeah, and so then you decided, hey, you know what? All these kids, what made you decide to do your YouTube tutorials?
I was filming them for my studio. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to put one of these on YouTube just to see if people like it. And the one that I put on YouTube was High Hopes by Panic at the Disco. People love that one. I think it's got over 20,000 views right now.
Wow.
Which for a tap dance tutorial is crazy. Okay? I know that like music gets like 1 million views or whatever, but a tap dance tutorial, that's a pretty niche thing. But it's got over 20,000 views.
That's wild.
I know. And I'm like, okay, apparently people like this. And I saw that it was helping people. The comments started rolling in and people being like, my studio's closed. I love this. Thank you so much for giving me a class when I can't get one. Pulling at my heartstrings here with the I can do something to help you. I will break myself to help somebody else. I love helping people so much. And I kind of did break myself. I know how I broke it too. I didn't tell you that.
Oh.
I'll tell you later. It was a tap dance thing, which, first time for everything. But anyway, I put the videos out and they just really started helping people. And so if anything good came out of this year, and I've said this in other vlogs, it was this YouTube. It was my main YouTube page that not only gives me some satisfaction and honestly some passive income, which has been really helpful since I did lose one of my jobs this year. It helps people. Dude.
That's awesome. That's
it's really amazing. Awesome. I get to do something that I love and it helps people. What? That's so cool.
And the best part is that with YouTube, that choreography is up there forever. So if you ever want to go back to it, or like, let's say if you're like me and you don't have time to just do it like all at one time and you just like, I'm learning it as I go, that it's always up there. So that way you always have access to it. Or let's say,
I mean, technically you always have access to it.
Well, yeah.
Just teach you.
But they do. Like, think about it. Like 10 years from now, you're sitting there and you're like, man, I want to learn. I would love to see a tap dance to High Hopes. And you're like,
and it'll be there.
Oh, look. 10 years ago, this lady put this out. What is this video?
Yeah. So let's do some rapid fire real quick about like a couple things that we did or didn't do this year. Takeout.
No.
We had it one time since June, and it was in South Florida where everything is safe. Masks are very, very required down there, and distancing is required. We had takeout one time in 9 months. One time. How often did we used to get takeout?
A couple times a week, easily. Like
easily
3 to 6 times a week.
Yeah. and I'm seeing how much money we're saving. Like, wow, how much money we're saving. And now I'm spending it on subscription boxes, but whatever.
And now you get candles.
Now I get candles that last way more than a meal. Mm-hmm. So,
I got one.
Okay.
Realize you can cook.
Okay, I actually seasoned food last night. What? I made lentils and rice and pita, and I seasoned it, and it turned out good.
It was really good.
I can cook, apparently.
Yeah, she's made a lot of stuff over the past year that she had never made before.
Yeah.
And it's really good. So, me, on the other hand, can't cook.
No, you can. You just choose not to.
I did make stuffed peppers at one day.
Mm-hmm. You can cook. You just choose not to.
Learn a foreign language?
No.
No, I didn't.
No, I wrote music, though.
They probably like, Jen didn't. I bet Sean did.
No. I wrote music. Mm-hmm. I got back into music writing. I have actually written 4 songs in the last couple of months.
Wow.
I mean, they're still in process, but like the lyrics and the melody are all written. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. So that's something. Mm-hmm. Learn a new skill.
Did I learn a new skill? I learned a lot of things this year. Not perfected, but I definitely found my drive towards like digital art more because of this year.
I learned photo editing and video editing. I edit all these videos. It used to be your job, lazy bum. I do it quick though. I mean, the quality is better with him, but the quantity with me is better. So
I learned how to. I learned animation, but that was with school.
Yeah.
But
all right. Made any new friends?
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes.
Instagram Live for sure.
A lot of the people that were on Instagram Live, I knew,
but didn't know. Yeah, we weren't close.
Like a couple of them, I'd be like, "Hey, how are you? Good to see you again at the con or whatever." Mm-hmm. And then now, I know that I am going to be once hugging is available. I am going to be hugged like crazy by some of these people.
Yeah. Let's see. We organized the house. We've redecorated completely. We're still in the process of it, actually. There's a thing right here I want to get rid of and get a new one because it's the only thing in this room that does not follow the black and white color scheme. So.
What else?
Ow.
Look out.
I know a lot of people have asked me, like, so did you guys gain any quarantine weight? No.
I think I gained 3 pounds.
I lost it.
I found what she lost.
I think I lost about 3 pounds.
Yeah, I
being home all the time, I have a drum set and an elliptical and an exercise bike and unlimited Zumba and yoga videos, and I'm an exercise junkie.
She probably does more cardio now than you used to.
No, unfortunately, because I'm not tap dancing as much, but I'm running more, and we used to go for walks, but I don't know what happened. Time.
Let's see. But no, I've only gained like 3 pounds. It hasn't, but I always fluctuate between a 5-pound radius, so it's not a big deal.
It's not a very nice question to ask, but I'm pretty open about a lot of things, so I wasn't offended by the person or people, actually, multiple people that asked me. But yeah, I'm just an exercise junkie, so.
Let's see.
Did you develop any bad habits? I've perpetuated a bad habit.
Still a procrastinator.
What are you talking about? I haven't perpetuated a bad habit at all.
Yeah. I'm still a procrastinator.
You're getting better.
I'm getting better. I've developed a bad habit. I've started over the past couple of days writing lists.
Oh, that's not a bad habit. Wait, we just released our ADHD video, so check that out.
Yeah, I decided to do a callback to that.
Online shopping. I have developed a bad habit of online shopping. I can justify every single purchase, but that doesn't matter. I guess I used to go to the grocery store like all the time.
But you also developed the not bad habit of going. You used to go to like Plato's.
I used to go to Plato's. I used to go to Guitar Center. I haven't bought a drum set in over a year.
Wow.
I know. I own way too many. It's really bad.
No. Let's see. What else? You got way more into music.
I did. I refound my love for music.
I discovered the ability to make backtracks.
Yeah, it's part of like that DJ thing that you used to do. So, and you made me a backtrack yesterday, right?
Yes. so you can listen to it.
Cool. Yeah, you're just making sure.
And then what else? What did you guys do? What changed for you? What did you learn? What was your most, like, what's your best and worst thing that you did in quarantine? Are you still in quarantine? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have friends that are overseas and stuff that are...
or not even overseas. There's some friends in this country that are still... I have friends in
California that are still on lockdown.
Still on lockdown. And I'm jealous, honestly.
I'm trying to think, other than those kind of things, I'm sure once we get off here, I'll be like, oh yeah, I did this and this. But overall, this year has taught me how to love and to appreciate the little things.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Appreciating the little things has been a big thing.
Because,
wait, what?
And also to appreciate the time that you actually do have, or the availability to go and have with somebody. You know, a lot of stuff could have happened really bad for my family this year, and I'm thankful that it didn't. Very thankful. But for those of you that don't know, my mom had a heart attack last March.
Yeah,
right
before.
Yeah, right before all the shutdowns.
As things were shutting down.
I would have been, if I would have went home, I would have been stuck there.
Yeah, probably for months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because of the way that the shutdowns and stuff when travel were working, and that was probably one of the hardest things for me, was being that far away from my mom. Well, but then again,
they wouldn't have let you see her.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking to my dad about, because I was ready to go, but my dad's like, literally, he couldn't go to the hospital room. Like, he couldn't even go in to see her. And so I would have done her no good there. But, you know, I talked to her and text her every day and everything. And
it makes you appreciate phone calls and texting and Zoom when you can't be with the people that you love, when you need to be with the people that you love. And I'm straight up, I'm about to get Life 360 with my mom, because I can't see her as often, and I kind of just want to know she's okay. I want to know she made it home from work okay. I want to know where she is. Not a big fan of Life 360, which is, it's that app where you can, like, see where people are, like physically in the world.
Like, you hook it up with your family, so that way if your kid's out, you can see where they are.
Yeah, I want to know where my brother is. I want to know where my mom is, okay? And I don't care if we have it with each other, except sometimes you come home from work late, and I get worried.
It was funny the other day, like, she knows that it's like a 25-minute drive from work, and I stopped to get gas, and I had to wait for a little bit because there was, like, a couple of them were down and stuff, so it was like 15 minutes extra. She calls me, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, but he was talking to his mom on the phone,
yeah,
so he didn't text me, he didn't answer, and I'm like, "Are you in a ditch somewhere?" Like...
And I felt so bad because, you know, I didn't think about that. I was just like, I'm getting gas. Okay, cool. Talking to my mom. And I was like, oh, I'll call Jen later.
I was so worried because he comes home at the same time every day. And he was like half an hour late and not answering the phone. And I'm like,
I'm very much a creature of habit. So, like, if my time is off, it's noticeable. Yeah. You know? And so then she's like, something's wrong, because Sean is very strict to his timing.
You know, we always talked about that Life 360 app, saying we never want to get that because it just shows that we don't trust each other. And then I have a different perspective because I just want to make sure you're alive. So...
Yeah, both of us are the same way. It's literally like, it's funny when she was driving to like all the different studios every day or her school, I could pinpoint almost identical, without even having Life 360, where she was in the day. Like 3:15, I know you're turning onto like that road just to go to work. But so it's not because we don't trust each other or trust our family. It's just we want to know that everybody's okay.
Yeah. So I want to get Life 360 with my mom and just keep better tabs on her. She had her phone on silent one day and didn't answer at all for a whole day. And I'm about to, like, drive down to South Florida at that point.
She's like, we're going to drive to South Florida. I was like, when? She's like, in a little bit.
Right,
I was like, that's a long drive. Everything okay?
I was worried.
Yeah, but I think it's a cool thing to have just for safety.
Yeah. So overall, this year has been a learning year and an appreciation year and...
an understanding year.
Yeah. And it's, as of this weekend, it has been 1 year since they told me I couldn't go to the Gators gymnastics meet, and then told the Gators gymnasts that they can't have their senior meet, and then they all cried. That was the first thing that happened. The first shutdown that I saw was NCAA sports was just shut down. But I I won't erase this year from my life. I know you talk about doing that.
I talk about not getting a year older this year.
But this year was important. Mm-hmm. The human race learned things that we needed to learn that unfortunately cost a lot to learn. And I wish it hadn't. But this is where we are, and we have to see what happened for what it was and what it needed to be. Yeah. And I feel like the human race learned a lot this year. I know I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about you. Mm-hmm. We learned that we have very compatible political views. Mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah. And we also learned that we have very compatible just world views.
Mm-hmm. And that's the big thing, is understanding these views, but understanding that just because someone's on a different side of you doesn't mean you can't have a compromise with stuff.
Not even just a compromise, just understanding.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
sometimes you don't need to agree.
No.
But if you're in a relationship, you need to agree.
Yeah.
You need to at least be on the same page.
There's a few key things that you should make sure that you guys are on the same page about.
Yeah, imagine if one of us was against the vaccine and the other one was like very, very for the vaccine. What would have happened last week when we got it? Mm-hmm. That would have been rough.
Yeah. Because one of us would have just been sitting there.
One of us would have been mad. But I look forward to the light at the end of the tunnel. Mm-hmm. I look forward to seeing how we rise from this as a country, as a world. Mm-hmm. The rest of the world's got one up on us when it comes to rising from this right now, but we'll get there, guys.
We're trying, okay? We're trying.
The U.S. is that meme where it's the guy celebrating, like, with the champagne in the face and like biting the metal, like, yeah, and then you go to the next frame, turns out he's in like last place. That's the US.
But he's the happiest one.
He's so happy. But yeah, we're really happy that we've been able to develop a relationship with all of you this year. And I know that this was a super random vlog, but we just wanted to reflect on this year since it is the anniversary of the shutdown. Literally, I went on spring break this time a year ago, and I didn't come back from spring break for a while.
That's a long spring break.
It's a really long spring break. Hopefully this year we go on spring break, and then we get to go back to normal, because a lot of people would I don't want to go back to work. I want more vacation. But, teachers were just different. Mm-hmm. We need to be with our kids. We need to be teaching.
Also, I want to apologize to the children of now and future generations. I had snow days as a kid. When it snowed too much, guess what? Didn't have to do any schoolwork, didn't have to go to school.
Got to play in the snow.
You guys now have Zoom.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We hurricane days are still going to exist though, because most of the time you lose power.
Yeah.
Or at least internet.
Some snow days you lose power, but no.
Yeah, no, hurricane days are just
Yeah. So, I apologize that you
Florida.
guys aren't going to experience that.
But yeah, thank you guys for joining us today. This was a good reminiscing. If you guys have questions you want us to answer about this, please write them down below. If there's enough, we'll do a follow-up vlog. If not, we'll just answer them in the comments. But
if you guys learned anything, did anything,
tell us,
or anything like that, let us know in the comments below. We love hearing about your guys' experience in your lives. Like we said, this is a conversation. Mm-hmm. Ours is just verbal. Yours is written.
So thank you guys so much. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel if you aren't already. We have random vlogs like this that have absolutely no start and finish point. Mm-hmm. And we have unboxings. We've got challenge videos. We've got all kinds of stuff. So definitely subscribe. And yeah. Sorry I was drinking the whole time. I'm still recovering from the COVID vaccine, and it's it helps.
Yeah. So, you guys have been awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us. As always, I'm Chief Running Mouth.
And I'm Captain Jenne.
And she just read a text message.
I just read a text message that very much confused me.
So, we're out of here.
Bye. Hold up. I just needed to put this in the video. The text that I read was from my boss to the whole school saying, "Have a nice spring break." And I'm going, "We're on spring break? As of tonight, we're on spring break? What?" And then we just double checked. Yes, I am on spring break as of tonight. I had no idea. So, you remember how we were saying, the last time we went on spring break, the whole world shut down? I'm not going to say I'm not terrified. So I just wanted to share that with you, that's what I read. I was like, Have a nice spring break. What?
It's one of those, yay.
I'm so, like, shocked. Anyway, hi, thanks. See you next time. Bye.